Okay, so here we are. Another day in Kamala's America. A world where presidential assassination attempts are just, a regular thing. It's been 2 months since the last left-wing lunatic missed that shot in that field in Butler, Pennsylvania, and here we go again. Another extremely deranged man gets stopped by Secret Service trying to do the exact same thing. For those of you guys who need a rundown, really quick.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump is safe after shots were fired at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida, in what the FBI says was another assassination attempt. Officials say Secret Service agents spotted a rifle barrel poking out of the bushes as they were clearing holes on the course ahead of Trump, then fired on a gunman near the property line, only a few hundred yards from where the former president was playing. Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says a witness managed to take pictures of the suspect fleeing in a black Nissan.
And so here we are again. I guess we got to go through the exact same motion. We got to steer the conversation in the right direction. Of course, we know the left is going to do what the left usually does. They're going to blame the inanimate object in the room. They're going to blame the guns and call for gun control. But I'm not going to point at the inanimate object. I'm going to point at the elephant in the room. There's a reason I said this kind of thing is being normalized in Kamala's America. What I mean by that is, this is the world we're living in if left-wing rhetoric continues as it is. It's obvious what's happening here. We're already finding a lot of information suggesting the individual involved here was, one of those blue radical types. We have this tweet from the suspect that reads, #George Floyd protests, @RealDonaldTrump, #BlackLivesMatter. State and local officials can no longer be allowed to handle police oversight. We must fight for federal DOJ special committee to investigate all present and past cases of police brutality and file charges. We need change. The Daily Mail posted this, which is supposedly the suspect's home. As you can see on the back of his truck, he's got a Biden-Harris sticker, and investigative journalists online have found the suspect's political contributions, all of which were from back in 2020, where he consistently donated small sums to Act Blue. Then, of course, we apparently also learned that this individual supposedly joined the war effort in Ukraine. Here's a video released by Newsweek showing the suspected individual explaining why he decided to go to Ukraine and join forces.
Tell me who you are and why are you here?
56 from the U.S., from North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now, so flew all the way from Hawaii here. So the question as far as why I'm here, to me, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another, and it's just a matter of, we need to stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world.
And so the character archetype, every box has been checked here. This is clearly a deranged man who's been radicalized by a lot of the left-wing mainstream narratives that have been pushed over the years. It's yet again another left-wing shooter who has been radicalized by the extreme rhetoric being pushed by the Democrat machine at large. We were just talking about this the other day. Kamala Harris's grievance campaign that was on display during her presentation at the debate.
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. Very well known that Donald Trump is weak and wrong on national security and foreign policy. It is well known that he admires dictators, wants to be a dictator on day one, according to himself. Understand, this is someone who has openly said he would terminate, I'm quoting, terminate the Constitution of the United States, that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemy.
This narrative that Donald Trump is some sort of Hitler-esque figure, promoting an extreme, far-right, rights-grabbing agenda. It's been nothing but baseless, fear-mongering claim after claim. Trump's a traitor to the nation, they called him, an insurrectionist who led a violent mob in an attempted overthrow of the U.S. Capitol. He's a Russian agent, covertly working for the Kremlin. on? You know, it's just wild, insane stuff. This post, I think, puts it into perspective. Johnny Maga on X writes, "A friend just sent me this. Kamala Harris had negative attack ads on Trump airing live around 11 p.m. last night, filled with incendiary rhetoric. Even Biden paused his attack ads after the first attempt back in July. Kamala is so disgraceful." Now, he's mentioning that Kamala Harris is running these attack ads even after the attempt on the former president, which of course is an interesting angle to look at, but what I'm focused on is more the context of the actual attack ads themselves. Project 2025. Trump wants to monitor women's pregnancies. He'll take control and will pay the price. You know, if you scream from the mountaintops that Donald Trump is some sort of demon lurking in the woods and he's gonna appear at night, well, eventually, someone's gonna be crazy enough to fall for it and believe it. And that right there seems to be exactly what's happening. Kayleigh McEnany hit the nail on the head.
And then there's also the lies that have been told. If you have believed the rhetoric of the left, you believe Donald Trump is someone who wants a bloodbath. Donald Trump is someone who praised a neo-Nazi in Charlottesville. Both false. Donald Trump wants a national abortion ban. Donald Trump supports Project 2025. These are all lies. Right. And so Hakeem Jeffries, my radar went up when 2 hours after the shooting, he tweets, so this after the shooting, extreme MAGA Republicans are the party of a national abortion ban in Trump's Project 2025. We must stop them. He pauses for a brief moment to say political violence has no place in a Democrat society. But oh, wait, here we go. Hakeem Jeffries back at it this morning. Fact check. Extreme MAGA Republicans don't have concepts about how to control your life. They have a plan. It's called Project 2025.
And that's a more recent example that I actually completely forgot of, probably because the whole thing didn't really last so long. It was so ridiculous. Donald Trump was talking about an economic bloodbath, I think relating to China, EVs, and the auto industry at large. And the left-wing media claimed that he was calling for a bloodbath if not elected. And this is something that got debunked months ago, but Kamala Harris mentioned it during the debate again, that Donald Trump would call for a bloodbath if he didn't get what he wanted.
On that point, Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
And now we're sitting here scratching our heads, wondering, oh, what might have happened? Well, it's very simple. This is Kamala's America. This is the DNC's America. This is what it looks like. And they, of course, know that they're complicit. They're already playing defensive. Oh, blame the guns. And if it's not blame the guns, it's get ahead of the story. The Washington Post just released this column. Another chance for Trump to frame Democrats as dangerous has emerged. Yeah, another chance for Donald Trump to frame Democrats as dangerous. I don't think Donald Trump needs to really do anything to frame anyone. You guys frame yourselves just fine. Democrats are to blame here. They're to blame for the division. They're to blame for the increase in violence. It's no coincidence that Donald Trump comes on scene, Democrats throw an almost decade-long tantrum here, and we start experiencing this, sort of new normal of political violence. It's no mystery, and if it is a mystery, you're living in that bubble, man. I'm thinking maybe the next video I'm going to make is another one of those flashback videos. I'm going to start collecting receipts, and let's just do it once again, cataloging all the years of colorful left-wing rhetoric that couldn't have possibly led to all this violence. And I guess conclusion here, the shooter's political motivations here are obvious, pretty close to being proven, and certainly not shocking. Yet again, another radical brought to violence by left-wing propaganda. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.